What's up, guys? So I'm getting ready to miter here. I've got a small pieces for a niche, and as you notice, it's cut, so it's kind of rough. We've scored and snapped this on the cutter. And what we want to do before you attempt the cut of the miter is you want to bring it to a almost factory, better than factory finish. And how we do that is we take a 50 pad, we hit the edge flat, like a flat polish. Then we take a 200 pad, flat polish. If we need to get any bigger spots, we've got this nice cup wheel that helps take care of those, but we shouldn't have to. It's pretty smooth as it is right now. So we're gonna go ahead and bring that to a flat polish. Okay, so now as you can see, we have flat polished it and made it feel pretty darn good. There's a couple of little pits here, but the main reason for doing this is getting a nice, even that top little slight bevel. The main reason for doing this is when you cut into this, you want to hold back about the amount of that bevel when you cut your miter, so that you avoid chipping off the top. If you don't do that bevel, the tile has a lot more tendency as you're cutting into it to chip and flake. And then that's where you see guys run into problems where they try to get rid of that chip and they get a wavy miter. So here we go. Three things you really want to pay attention to when you're cutting this with the blade is, number one, holding back off of the edge again to avoid the chipping. Number two, let the blade do the work. If the blade takes a lot to push through, then dress it, try again. And then number three is to make sure that you go at a harder angle than 45 degrees. Why? Is because you want to give yourself a little bit of room to adjust the tile back and forth to make sure that you get a nice tight, clean miter. Now you can see I have a much cleaner, much tighter miter. There's just a hair of a flat spot right there, about a 1/16 of an inch. So I'm gonna go on the top and just make sure this top feels nice and smooth. Last thing you want is to put a miter in and then someone puts their fingers on it and it's super sharp. All right, guys, so we did that miter. We went ahead and got it all installed, and let's go check it out. Now, this is the shower. As you can see, there's a feature wall here with a bench. Everything else is this 6mm slab, which is really beautiful stuff, by the way. But the topic of today is this miter niche, and you want to make sure a few different things are going on in the niche. First of all, you want to make sure that you've got a pitch, so water doesn't sit in that back corner. We don't want it to sit. It can. This is fully waterproofed, but we just don't want it to. The other thing too is you want to make sure these corners are square, so we use a square to get those, and then the top as well. And again, as you can see, all the miters are pretty tight. You don't want a lot of space or gap in between. And then again, same thing with the bench.